the animals, you know.
That's why they were acting so weird and shaking instead of trying to get his heart. Yeah, could be.
Then I'll just take that, walk back over to the horse, start walking along.
As you walk, you're walking. You can see light ahead as the woods looks like it's coming to an end, and then suddenly there's something like splashes down on you, on all of you, pretty much. It's almost like rain, but it's real short. I don't know if anybody has been under like a tree when a squirrel has decided to take a piss. That kind of thing. You look straight up, Nat, and I'm gonna need a sanity check from you. The rest of you all also look up. You're like, whoa.
85.
Oh, you're.
I made it.
I don't remember last time you did that.
Okay, no problem. I made it.
That irritates me. Okay, I need to talk to you for a second. In a second, by yourself. A little bit of it hits you. A little bit hits the priest. You two guys were kind of on the side that it didn't hit, and something wet hit you. And at first you're thinking it's starting to rain, and then it just stops. You know, it's like, and you can't even find anything on your side.
So we didn't get hit.
No, you guys were on the opposite side of the way.
Notice it?
Oh,
I heard it.
everybody's all looking up like this all of a sudden.
So we just
and you guys see that, them all look up. And you look up, Natalie, and here, come here for just a second.
Sure, her name isn't Dana.
No man. No, her name's No Man. Just, we were like, who was talking to you walking through?
I think he was just finishing up and I had just started.
Yeah, I mean,
That's literally, that was everything.
how far we got.
Yes. Let me see if you, I don't think you're going to lose any sanity. No, you don't actually lose any because you made your sanity check. But it's like, do you say or do anything? Okay. Yeah,
So we're walking.
You're walking,
he, like,
everybody's looked
stops.
up and they're like, what was, and you guys live in early United States, you're used to, things like this it's not a big deal. And you're wearing a bonnet even, so
Right.
it doesn't matter. But you did kind of like this, and then you look to your side and Samuel's not there. And you look back and he has just stopped dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I was like, what is that? Sam? You okay? Yeah. We need to make sure we're staying with the party. Okay.
He seems very nervous. You see that there's some little black droplets on her clothes. And you notice that there's also some now on his clothing, and there's some on him as well.
What is with all the that I'm seeing? What black
Oh, you didn't say that? Okay. Yeah, okay, you don't.
So speaking
you
So I'm
you
gonna
grab,
take his hand.
Okay.
And
Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure we didn't lag far behind, but still, I don't. It's female.
You've been
especially
pissed on my squirrels
son.
before. It's not a big
Don't
deal.
wanna.
Oh, it wasn't. You didn't even hit you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't get hit.
Okay, you pass a house on the left. It's kind of far. It's a little ways. It's just off the road. I'm gonna give you guys this. The names that are on here aren't necessarily accurate, but it's just to give you kind of an idea. Cornwall Bridge is here. This is about 2 miles. What you're doing is breaking the tree line right in this area near the brook. This whole area is probably a mile or so across. You can see 3 mountains, boom, 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 surround this raised area that you've come up to. It's a little more than scattered farms. In a rocky and rough area between these 3 mountains. Short stone walls are in evidence everywhere. There's a lot of stone walls. There's a lot. You can see a lot of stone in the ground. Stone is probably what their building material was for walls, simply because there's a lot of it here. It's around noonish, and there's some sunlight, but you're guessing that any time before and afternoon during the day, like even by 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, there's large shadows that are thrown across the entire area because of these mountains. The ground is rocky looking. There are some sad looking rye fields that look like they're about ready for harvest. Stone walls around them. Smoke comes up from every chimney of every house that you can see just about. There's a couple of down towards the middle where the main area of buildings are that looks like there's no smoke coming out, but otherwise all the rest have smoke coming up. This was a dark entry house. It's a big salt box house, 2 stories high. A couple of vine-covered chark. There's some charcoal burners alongside the road as you go by. They're vine-covered. Look like they haven't been used in a long time. And it looks like, from what you can see, that a couple roads meet up ahead of you. There's a few trees, but not a whole lot in this whole area. So there's kind of a large circle where all the trees have been just chopped down, probably used for making charcoal or used for furnaces and that kind of thing. And it's not so much a town as a cluster of farms that are relatively close together. Excuse me. And you continue running forward. You guys none of you are sure where you're going at this point. You see some people working in the fields. There's a few people around.
So there are people.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's people around.
They're working.
Yeah, everybody's working. Everybody works all the time, pretty much. You continue on into town. It's not a town really. You're passing some other houses here. There's a mill. There's a couple mills on the river that you pass by, heading towards where the greatest cluster of houses is. And you can see where these 3 roads meet ahead. There's some children playing Ring Around the Rosie. They stop when you get close, approaching. You know, strangers are probably a novelty in this place. And they stop, and one of the boys says something to the other, and then all three of the kids just turn and just walk away, which isn't really usual. So, and that puts you close to where these roads meet, and on one of the houses up just a little way, the one that says Stove House there's a man sitting on a porch on a rocking chair. Behind him is a musket leaning against the wall, and you can see a cat sitting on the porch next to him.
So how long have you been walking
since Cornwall? You probably left Cornwall this morning. Since what?
Since we got peed off by the...
Oh, not long.
Oh, okay.
Not maybe.
10 minutes.
Probably not. Yeah, probably about 10 minutes to get you from the edge of the forest down towards the center of the town.
Gotcha.
The man takes a swig from a jug, and then he and as the wagon heads towards his house, you're not going past it yet. You're just kind of getting in this area. He points at you and he just laughs. He just laughs and laughs and laughs. He's got a fowling musket on the porch, which is a little smaller than the rifle that you've got, or the musket that you've got. Actually, and there's several cats there's about 3 or 4 cats on the porch limb. He's like, what do you guys want to do? I've kind of grabbed the narrative and I've moved you down to about here, but none of you really know exactly where he's
Being a little
going.
freaked up at the laugh, I'm going to ask him if he knows where Mr. Jones is, so we can get this wood real quick.
You don't know. You don't know where his house is. You've never been to Dudleytown.
Okay.
But there are people that you could ask in the area.
I would just, the next person I come by.
Okay. There is.
I'm gonna pull close to Sam and probably like hold his hand.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything
I'm
specific?
going to see this as a golden opportunity to go door to door.
Okay, yeah.
So I grab a couple pints out of my bag. First guy I walk up to is the guy who must get on the porch since he's visible.
Okay. So you're going to grab the pint bottles and head for him. That's fine. Anything particular you're doing? Right now the group is kind of moving still towards where the 3 roads meet. And he's looking around.
I'll stay close to the mother and child.
Okay. Yeah, there's a woman. She's walking and she's got a bucket in each hand as you get close. What do you say?
Hey, miss,
Hello.
can you tell me where Caleb Jones is? I'm here to get some logs.
Oh yeah, Caleb Jones. He's right there. And she points actually to this little farm right here. It looks like it's a small farm, and you can actually see the 3 large logs are next to the house out front. There's a barn in the back, and rye fields behind that.
Okay. Thank you, miss.
And then she's walking by, she's kind of looking you guys over, you know, like, oh, especially you, because you're dressed nicer than anybody in the group. And
Just gonna kind of smile at her.
No, it overheated.
you overheated again?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you just smile and what?
Yeah, like when she walks by, I'm gonna
Okay.
do the like.
Okay, she does it back to
cordial
you.
thing, you know, like, hi.
And she seems very friendly and very nice. And she's just heading down the road. It looks like she's got 2 covered buckets. Maybe it might be lunch for somebody. It's covered with like a damp cloth. Each one of them is. So she might be taking a lunch to a family member or something in another part of town. You're heading over for that house where the old man. He's old. He is probably in his 50s. Got good sized amount of hair. As you approach him, you can smell rye coming off of him. He's been drinking rye whiskey.
And
looks like out of that jug, which is down the side.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And I walk up and I say, "Good day, sir. I have a remedy for you. I would like to. I have an elixir that will cure all your ails."
You don't know the ails that ail me, boy. You
Whatever-
better seek to the ails that are going to be ailing you.
Whatever your ails are, it'll be perfect. And I know this will cure mine. I know it will. I am
Really?
a proprietor of this. I sell this stuff. So I have to taste it. I have to try it. So I know
Let me see
it.
one of them bottles there. boy.
And I handed the plate and I go,
Oh, it's strong stuff. It is. Is it work as a cleaner?
it will cure.
You got a
any-
cloth.
it's
I
a
can try it. Yeah.
I
He
pull out
puts
my
a little
handkerchief.
he pours a little onto the cloth. Just a little. He's being very careful. He goes, let me try to clean something. Well, boy, you got black spots all over your jacket, did you see? And there are now. You can see
Yeah, I can now
they're
see
little
it.
individual black spots.
And I kind of look at
Well,
it.
that's a shame, that is. How did you kill it?
I kill what?
Oh, you know what?
I have
Ah,
no.
it's dead, isn't it? Ah! You guys can kind of hear this conversation because this old man is loud. He's old enough, he might have fought in the Revolution.
Hard of hearing.
I want to say, did you say black spots? I want to say, did you say black spots?
But you're on the road. But
Yes.
I think
You could,
he's up on somebody's
yes, then you could
porch.
run over there if you want. You did hear him say black spots and didn't get it.
If he goes
Samuel's
running, though, I'm
running.
right behind
Okay.
him,
Okay.
calling
I
out.
was saying the whole time, and then I hear someone else.
You run over there. He hands back the bottle, and he picks up his jug and he takes a big swig and he goes, "You hungry, thirsty lad?"
Sure.
Yeah, it's a real rough rye whiskey. It is strong. It's not as strong as the stuff that you're carrying, but it's got a wallop and a kick.
Yeah.
You've run over, and you say, "What did you say?"
Did you say black spots?
"Ah, young boy, I did." And then mother comes up, and he kind of looks
just
looks
kinda
towards her
like-
bonnet.
Where did you see them?
Oh, they're fading now. You noticed that it looks like there's some marks on his jacket. They're like
he
something,
got wet?
like like little drips, but they're like black. They're kind of a purplish black, and even as you watch, they kind of fade away and disappear. And I'm assuming that you guys, once you got your information, you're kind of
we're
moving
just
ahead
gonna
and heading
keep
towards
heading
that
to-
farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and head back.
Are you trying to keep up with them?
Yeah, I'm keeping up.
Okay. You saw the two of these. There were some black spots. It almost looked like a couple drops of ink, but now it's like gone, even after a few seconds. The old man says, he looks at you, and then he looks at you, and he goes, "How about you, boy? Are you marked too?"
Well, I've been seeing black spots everywhere.
You are marked. He points at your hand where you've got that little.
What
where
do you
you've got
mean
that.
marked?
That's exactly, I've seen
It's like
that.
it's turned into like a stain. It's not like a liquid, but you know if you put your hand in ink, like for days, you're gonna have like that ink stain on your fingers. That's what it's kind of faded and looks like right now.
I've seen like black spots on people's hands and arms where we found all those names.
I don't need your wares today, thank you.
I kind of look disappointed and walk away.
Okay. If you need a place to stay, you might want to try Widow Hagley's. And he kind of points down this way, down that way.
And I think I say I thank you for your kindness, sir. And I walk back.
This
to
guy
the car.
stinks of rye whiskey. His cheeks and his nose are very red. He's obviously pretty inebriated. And he's slurring his words, and I forgot to actually kind of throw that in, but... Good luck to you all. Good luck to you.
What did you mean
God
by
bless
the,
you.
the marks?
What? The marks? Well, some of us can see more than others, can't we? I'm so tickled. I'm so tickled.
I'm kind of just looking at him and my son, like,
Don't talk to crazy people, son.
yeah.
Good luck, boy. And then he was sitting, and he kind of falls back into his rocking chair, and he reaches for that jug again, and takes another good sized swing and puts it down. The cats are just laying there; they're just content. You know, cats. They're just looking at you, bored. There's 3 cats on that, and you see another cat kind of creep out from under the house. They're various colors. None of them are pure black. There's like a calico, and there's like a tom, a yellow, and then there's another one that's like a grayish brown with you know, different patches of white on it. And the one that crawled in the house is really fat, and he's I'm trying to think of another cat color.
Probably like a tiger.
Yeah, it's another tiger, like another tomcat.
So as we are walking down off the porch,
Yes.
you're gonna, once we're out of earshot, for me to speak sternly to my son about running away from me.
He's
to
still
a
with
strange
you. Yeah, he's still
man.
with you. And which way are you going?
I started going back to them.
The way they went? You've seen they've gone to one of the farms.
Because I'm going to assume that
Oh
probably.
yeah, your bag is still on the
Yeah.
wagon.
Well, and I'm going to assume by the way the old man was on the porch acting that anybody within earshot probably, you know, seen what happened, because it's, you know, small town,
Yeah.
strangers.
Remember, it's not really a town. They're not clustered like
like a-
buildings.
it's like a village.
It's like farms, close, very very close together. Within
Yeah, it's just
a little closer than they would be here in Northwest Ohio. Like within a quarter of a mile.
It's like driving down 6.
But the farms are closer together.
Is there, I'll role play with Caleb. When we get over to Caleb's.
Oh yeah, you're there. You've gotten to Caleb's. Where are you 3 guys? Are you going to kind of head back? Your luggage is probably both also on the wagon. These gentlemen were kind enough that they allowed you to strap your luggage to the
What
wagon.
did the man say about getting really bored? Did he say?
He suggested to him Whittle Hagley, and he pointed to a house down the road.
Okay.
But he said that to him. He didn't mention anything to
Would
you.
you like to go to Little Hagley and see if we can furnish ourselves some rooms?
Are we staying here tonight, or are we moving on?
You got that letter? Did you read that letter then?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you're going to your sister's house. She
Right.
lives in here in town somewhere, but you don't know where. I mean, not your sister, your cousin.
Okay, so she does live in this town.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I apologize.
It's okay, I
She
didn't
lives in
realize
yeah, that's okay. She lives
you
in
were in
Dudleytown.
Dudleytown.
Yes. She lives in Dudleytown. You think this is Dudleytown? There weren't any signs or anything. It is. These guys are heading towards a farm.
Okay.
You kind of make a guess this might be Dudley. This is probably Dudleytown.
Okay.
So, but you have no idea where her house is.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna respond to him and say, well, I'm looking for my sister's home or my cousin's home. I'll be staying there, but I will need to
Gotcha.
find my
They
way.
may know
Right.
over there where it is.
You going up to the Jones house?
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Opens up. There's a man in his 50s. He looks better off than that crazy old man down the road that was laughing and stuff. He says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Caleb Jones.
Caleb Jones. This is Caleb
I am
Jones,
Henry
sir.
Murphy.
You're better of me. Henry
Thomas
Murphy.
Simmons sent me.
Good man, good man. Those are the logs over there. You boys can load them up. You know he's already been paid and
Yeah.
everything for this. You boys can load them up and be on your merry way. I would help you. He's in his 50s.
Oh,
He's
sir,
obviously-
we can do it.
We'll get you some. We'll get you
We're
some
strong
lunch.
lunch.
We will
Yeah.
get. My wife will get you some lunch.
We're strong.
Around.
We are strong back, so we should have no
Good,
problem.
good. Felicity, we're gonna have business for lunch. And then he heads inside and closes the door behind him because it's
Yeah.
chilly out, guys. It's September. It's cool, but it's not like cold, but it's chilly out. And you felt that rush of warmth come out of the building. It felt great. And he closes the door behind him. And you know that yeah, you could probably just walk in and out of this house
Yeah.
now. You have an injured horse that you do not think will be able to pull the load.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's pretty badly injured. But did you want to stop him before he went to the house or anything?
No, we can,
Okay.
we can load up the logs.
Okay, you get the wagon over there and start working on loading the logs. Where are you heading?
I was heading back
Oh, you went back to the wagon too.
Yeah, I
Okay.
went back
Yeah,
to the
you. The first thing to do is unload these people's luggage who you were caring for.
Yeah.
And you do that. You put that aside. He shows up. Actually, all four of them show up just as you get the stuff on the floor or on the ground. So your bag is there. Your bag is sitting next to it, and Mrs. Wright's bag. Your bag is also there, and your son's stuff is in your bag too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
what are you guys doing? You two are busy.
Yeah,
You get
we're gonna be
loads long.
working load more.
Now,
It
were
won't
we
take
gonna?
long. They're freaking heavy.
Now, were we gonna? Are they continuing on, or are they returning on going back?
What you got from them is they're here to pick up logs and they're going back to Cornwall.
Okay.
And you want to sell stuff in this town. You heard about this town, it's a good place to sell. And once you've done this town, you can either move back up the line from Cornwall Bridge to Cornwall or continue on down one of these other roads. You guys kind of an adventurer. He's just, he goes town to town, sells his wares, makes more of them, and makes his fortune that way as best he can. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna grab my bag,
Right.
and I'm gonna head to, what's her name's house?
Widow Hagley?
Widow
That
Hagley.
he pointed out? Okay,
Yep.
so you're going to walk up the road. You got a person that you're looking for in this town too.
Yep, I was gonna
Okay.
go there and furnish some rooms and see if I can get information.
Okay. Where do you want to ask for information?
Where I go.
Or do you want to go with him to?
No, we were already heading
Because
over
we were
there.
already heading out to the wood.
Oh, okay. So you guys aren't
But we
going to come
left
back
the
for your
Laughing
luggage?
Crazy Guys
Okay,
house.
so you're leaving your luggage for now and
It
just
was on the way, right?
No, it's the opposite direction.
Oh, well.
Laughing Crazy Guys a little further down the road. They got
We went.
here's the easiest way to do
Yeah.
it. There's Caleb Jones' house. You guys came here.
Uh-huh.
Here's the stove house. You guys went up to deal with the stove house. They took the wagon on down after talking to that lady to this building here.
Okay, and the widow's house is where?
He pointed up this way.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
then,
yeah, I would
I'd
go
probably
back
get our
there,
luggage first.
Okay,
get the
so
luggage, and
you guys have all kind of gone at the same time and got
tell
your
them
luggage.
thanks for
Okay.
letting us travel with them. And
Yep. The preacher man or the priest has thanked you guys. He just waves and he goes right back to his work, hauling these logs up onto the wagon.
Yeah. I go ahead and I shake Mr. Murphy's hand and thank him for joining us. And try to persuade him into purchasing another bottle of elixir.
No.
There's your load. It's just 3, but they're good sized logs. They're about 3 feet across.
So when we go and get our luggage, who are they getting the logs from?
They were just laying beside this house, Caleb Jones' house, which is
But
here.
he's not out?
Yeah,
Or
he
we
went
would
back
interact with
inside.
him or
No,
anything?
not right now. But you saw him go to the
Right.
front door as you were walking back, talk to somebody, and that man went back into the house. So you're heading for Whittle Hagley's. Were you guys going to grab your luggage and follow him pretty much, or head down that same direction?
Well, yeah,
Follow that
we're
guy.
going,
Okay.
No offense to that guy, but
You guys walk down to another house. It's just another house. That's all it is. One of you knocks on the door, and it's opened by a little old lady who is probably in her 80s. She's bent. She's all bent over, and she goes, "Can I help you?"
Is it morning or afternoon? Or
It's it's just afternoon.
is it
it's like 12:30.
Yeah, you guys are a little
afternoon,
hungry.
ma'am? We're hoping that we could purchase some furnishings for the night.
What?
I was hoping to. We were told that we could rent a room here. To stay for
No. I don't rent rooms. If you need a place to stay for the night, well, I might be able to put you up if you
Oh, okay, that would work just as well.
Sure, you are. Oh, you're a priest, eh?
Yes, Father Ben.
Oh, well, Father Ben, put your blessing on this house. We'd like to stay here. Who are you? Who's this woman and these other people? Please just
So I walk up, I shake her hand, I say, Aleister McGillicuddy, PhD, go through my whole spiel.
Okay.
And I see that she's bent over, and I figure it's another fantastic time to try to.
So you're going to go ahead and start making your pitch of pulling out
yeah.
this bottle and be like, blah, 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 blah.
And I'm just kind of like,
Needed a cue.
Just waiting, as a good woman does at this time. She might be interested. She might be interested. Seems like she starts telling you a story about how she has put 3 husbands in the ground, and she intends to outlive everyone in this village. You are so bored. These damn adults talking about who knows what in the world.
So when she's done talking to him and telling him she doesn't want
Yes.
I'm gonna introduce myself
Oh, she cordially, she says, hello.
and my son.
Oh, there's one
We've
little
been
boy.
we've been traveling most of the morning, and we're hoping I can help you reimburse you for some lunch. You have I don't know the right way
Oh,
to go
yes,
about saying that.
All right, you can come in, we'll fix something to eat. And she moves back
I'll
into
go
the
in the
house.
kitchen and like help her.
It's tidy and neat.
That's acceptable.
Yeah. And she lets you do all the work. She's
Yeah.
just like, well,
Which is fine with me.
let's get some of this bread over here. And then she's moving real slow towards it, and you take the bread and you find all the things. And
Yeah. While we're doing that.
it's a tidy, neat little house. It looks like it's like 2 rooms. A bedroom and then a living area. Well, bedroom and then living/kitchen area. A lot of the houses in this time are very small. There's not any hallways. Yes. And you guys have a nice lunch with her and make some nice light conversation. Is there any information you're trying to get?
Yes.
Okay. What are you trying to find out?
My cousin Anne Brophy lives near here. I'm trying to
Oh,
make my way to her small farm.
Oh, where's Brophy's? There we go. Oh yeah, that's Dick Brophy's wife, right? Dick Brophy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And she gives you instructions, and you'll easily be able to find it. And I think it says Dick Brophy right down there on the other side of the creek.
So right where they went to pick up their logs.
Not far from it, actually. Yeah, not too far from it. So that's where you find where Dick Brophy's. Is anybody else wanting to find out anything? Go ahead.
I'm asking if she knows where a William Smith lives in town.
Paul William Smith. He actually lives here. It's a school.
Okay.
She tells you it's the old school that that was built and then never used. He lives in there. You are probably trying to get information out of her on just the people in town. You know, who's sick, who could use miracle elixir, blah blah blah. She gives you some names and she gives you a little bit of gossip about the fact that. Did you mention the guy in the house down there, the crazy guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do mention.
Oh, that Aleister Simmons. He's all but mad. Drinks all the time, sometimes fires his gun from the porch and things that are not there. He's got a dozen cats. Nobody knows what he feeds them. They're all fat. Looks like they're all eating all the time.
So they look pretty content.
Yeah. So you get kind of lay of the land. You find that there's a doctor further on down the road, and that there are several farms, and that you might have some luck selling your miracle elixir, but that she just purchased some only 3 months ago.
Still has plan.
Yes. Well, yeah, she still has one.
Purchase some of mine.
No. You're the only one that sells yours. It's not like it's sold.
It can be yours.
It was another traveling man. And she gets it off. It's another bottle. It's a lot like yours. It's a yellowish color. It says pure Indian snake oil on it, and that's the same kind of stuff. You figure that's the same kind of stuff you're selling.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is not interested at the moment. Who's going where? Don't forget these 2 hicks that you've been dealing with. They found a freaking pile of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I would say just keep in mind, even though Mr. Honesty over here is going to cause you all kinds of issues about getting your fair share. So I'm assuming you're going to go out and sell stuff. You're going to head for your cousin's house. You want to head for?
I'm heading for the school.
Okay. So cousin's house. You go up. You knock on the door.
You coming with me?
And remember, you're a kid too. If you decide you want to sneak off and just run around, you can always do that. It'll probably worry your mom. But you've had whippings in here. Your mom doesn't really whip you like your dad does. God, those whippings are awful. The farm looks a little bit run down.
Yeah.
From what Hagley learned that Dick Brophy's been ill for a few months.
Yeah,
Such shame, blah, blah. Yeah, she just reiterates that information. And so you guys hear this too about Dick Brophy being sick. Well, that's your time. The door's answered by Anne. You recognize her. She looks shocked when she sees you. She's
Yeah, she didn't know I was coming.
right. She's just, you're a woman traveling alone. That's a long distance for you to travel. She's like, oh my goodness, Anne. Oh, Anne,
I'm
you
just gonna hug
came.
her.
Okay, she grabs you in a big hug. The first thing that after she hugs you, how long are you planning on staying? And she's kind of opening the door to let you into the house.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I'm here to help with the home and the farm and whatever I'm able to do.
It's so sweet of you to come. She's closing the door behind you. You probably shouldn't stay for long though. I can prepare a room for you and for little Samuel, right? It's Samuel?
Yeah.
Hello, Samuel. There's 2 kids in the room too.
Yeah.
They were like messing
About
around
the
in the
same
fire.
age as them.
Yes, Caleb is 10 and Christopher is 7. Another couple boys.
So you can go play with your cousin. Your second cousin.
Yeah, go play with your cousins. Are you gonna go over and say hello to them?
Well,
Are you
I'd
gonna go
probably
say hello
go.
to them? They're in the house right now. They're messing around with
We'd
the fire.
probably go and like introduce them.
Okay, we're gonna introduce Samuel. This is your cousin. They probably haven't ever met.
Yeah.
This is your cousin Caleb and Christopher. And then you're gonna leave him to the
Yeah, and
device
then
with the children and
we'll
go talk to her. They have a slightly bigger house, and there's actually an area in the back where the bedroom is in, and you kind of go aside. Caleb looks at you, kind of looks you up and down. He says, "You're marked. Your mama."
What does that mean?
He
Yeah,
says the
he's
hidden
the one that
foe.
can see it.
Marked you. That's her blood, ain't it?
That's what he thinks me and Dad said.
That's your blood, ain't? That's her blood, ain't it? You kill one of them? Shouldn't. You got your blood on you somewhere. You marked. He seems he seems scared.
It just fell on us. Like wet stuff. And I'm the only one who can see everything. Everyone else notices.
He looks at his brother, and his younger brother looks at him. His younger brother's only 7. And he goes, yeah, some of us can see. Some of us can see. Bad. They're good. They're good. And he's kind of now, he's like looking around the room, like he's trying to see if anybody's around. He's not looking up though. He's not like looking for an adult. He's like looking down in the corners and underneath the table.
For the thing.
They're good. Good, not real good. But they marked you. That's bad. They're gonna get you. They're not gonna let you. And that's where we'll cut that scene. As you get to the church,
I just stare their picture.
Okay. They seem. It's almost like they're pitying you. You know, they're not being mean or they're not being like, "Ha, you're gonna die." It's like they're scared. They're a little nervous around even being near you. It feels like. Father Benjamin Moore, you find it's an old schoolhouse. It's a little rundown. There's a farm set up behind it. There's a little tiny, belfry kind of thing that they put on schools to ring the bell. You go to the door and you knock, and there's no answer. What do you do?
Are there any windows that I could look in to see?
The windows are actually they're shuttered. All shutters are pulled. Now it would not be too hard to unlatch them because these are kind of shutters you go outside the house and latch them at night and come back in. You can unlatch them and open it up and look inside. You look in through the glass. It's thick glass, and you see the inside of the house. It looks like it's a mess. There's an overturned bed. There's a table with just like junk on it. There's clothes strewn across the floor. It's just kind of a mess. It looks like somebody.
I tried the door handle.
Yeah, it's locked. Or no, it's not really locked. They didn't make the doors quite like that back then. But when you push against it, it doesn't open. It feels like it's bolted on the other side.
Yeah.
So somebody's got to be in there if they bolted the door. Unless this guy died or something in there, nobody's checked.
I pound on the door. William Smith? It's Father Ben. I got your letter. I'm here. William?
Is it? Is it you or is it them? Is it them? They're tricksy. Is it
Father
them?
Ben
Who? Is it really?
from Connecticut.
It's really is. It's a priest.
Yes.
The noise, the sounds like it actually sounds like it's coming from up above. You know what I mean? Not like from out of up above, but you just get this feeling like he's not like standing in front of the door. He's up a little ways, and then you hear like this creaking noise, and you hear the bolts thrown back, and this man opens the door in ragged clothing. There's a stench of, he stinks. He smells like he hasn't bathed in weeks. Well, which is not unusual, but he just stinks. I mean, everybody has their own unique smell in this time because you bathe once a week, maybe, more likely once a month or even less.
It might have been even more.
Because it's a pain in the ass to take a bath. But this guy has obviously not only not been bathing, but he's just like been drenched in his own sweat. He says, come in. He's looking around. He's looking out the door, and his eyes are really wide, and he just seems to be quickly before they get in. Quickly! He slams the door and he throws the bolt again. It's very dark. The one shutter that you open is still open. That's the only light that's coming into this. It's one big room, like a big school room, with a fireplace on one side, and he walks in and he's shaking, and he says that, and he says they've been harassing me. Make me spot him. They're after me. They're after me. The little folk. They're everywhere. You can't see them. You can't see them, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere. You just can't see them.
Spot hidden, you said?
Yes, please. You notice that on the little stoop on front, it had like white something on it. It almost looked like somebody taking some kind of white powder and then it had been raining on or something, and it kind of, you get the idea of what that would look like. That was on the stoop. It's like a dust, like a white dust. And this guy, something's wrong with this guy.
Who's after you?
Them, they are the little people, they're after me. They're after me. Are they here? Do you see any of them? Do you see him? He kind of grabs you. And do you see any of them?
No, I don't see any.
You can't see them. That's why you can't see them. How would you be able to see them? You can't see them. I can't see them. Nobody can. Children, they're doing this. They can see them. They're in league with them. They're in league. Are you sure you don't see any? Could you see him? He starts going, and every time you say you can't see him, but nobody can see him. Nobody can see him. This guy. You can give me a psychology check if you have any points in that. If you want to, or else you can go, this guy's freaking crazy. Because if that's going through your head,
it's not
Wakefield.
large going, because he's not the first one to be saying